Good evening. So, hope you had a great weekend. Nearly sounded like the tiger from Frosties then. A great weekend. And what I want to talk about today is something that comes up a lot at the start when we have our Kickstart meetings. Often we'll say, where people are at, maybe what they've tried before. And people often say, I should be doing this. I must do this. I feel like this. I should be eating breakfast. I shouldn't be snacking so much, and all these things. And this doesn't just relate to nutrition and exercise. This can relate to self-care. This can relate to jobs that you feel you should do. And it's really interesting because we end up feeling guilty about all these things that we don't do. Yet, when you actually think about it, hi Sarah, when you think about how much of these things are actually based on what someone else has said. So we might feel we should do something because someone else is doing it, or they've said that you should do it, and maybe they would be proud of you if you did it. But if you think about it, kids, their first language they kind of learn, hi Julie, their first language they learn is almost being acknowledged by the parents. So it's almost like, getting a well done. So we are kind of addicted to that in some aspects. But if you think about how much of these things, when we say I should, I must, how much of these are to please other people or what you've been told, and we end up beating ourselves up for not doing this, or these things, thinking that maybe there's something wrong with us why we don't do it, that we need to be fixed. So some people often say, like to me, I need help, but yet sometimes I have to say, kind of like, what if all of the suffering and all of the thoughts that we're having are actually purely coming from the fact we're comparing ourselves to others? And because we're comparing ourselves to others, we get annoyed that we're not doing what they're doing, yet we're different from them. And we make a big thing about being different, being unique, yet we're annoyed when we're different to someone, but then we're annoyed when we're the same. And we forget that if you actually just focus on getting 1% better each day, you're going to get closer to where you want to be, which is the most important thing. And I bring this up as well because just last week, one of the ladies, Linda, she wrote a review on our page, and she wrote about number of medical conditions, fibromyalgia, type 2 diabetes. She's had 2 knee replacements, and she was kind of unsure whether she can do it. And just the shift in her head that went from, nothing to lose, I can do it, and the difference that she's seen in her mobility, getting up and down from the floor, making everyday tasks easier, is amazing. She's really feeling that. But not to mention the things that you don't feel quite often. The things that you don't see or feel, but the research is evident on. For example, just exercising. Your immune cells in your body, your T cells or your natural killer cells, really are elevated on that. So your body's ability to fight off colds, flus, etc. is improved and recover from illnesses, which is really amazing. And when you actually look at the research, it almost cements it home a bit more. When you look at, they've done studies in 18 to 61-year-olds, like a recent study, and they found that people's fitness level was associated with the amount of kind of white blood cells, if you like, so generally a measure of someone's immune system. The fitter someone was, the higher that level. And that's just from looking at exercise, which is amazing. So take home from that is just to consider, when you do have that, I must be doing that, I need to be doing that, just consider whether that's your priority and that aligns with your values, or whether it's someone else's. Because if you don't prioritize your values, it's never going to get round to it. You'll end up filling your day with things that you don't value, which as a result, when you do things that you don't value, you tend to feel rubbish. And when you feel rubbish, you're low on energy. When you're low on energy, it's harder to do the things that you know you need to do. You'll look at willpower, you'll have no motivation because you're exhausted. And I know some things you just have to do. So then you've got to look at, okay, where can I delegate it? Hi Angie, hi Gratz, hi Rita. Where can I delegate that? Or what can I just push to a side? What can wait a little bit? So, hope that helps. Hope you had a great weekend. Make it a great week. Any questions? Let me know, and just remember, 1% better each day, and pick one thing at a time and focus on you. Put yourself first, because it's actually selfless. Have a great evening. Any questions, let me know, and speak soon.